What's up, legends? Benchmark Bets is back, and I've locked into NBA picks. But that's not all. I'll take you through some leans that I like in today's NBA slate. So buckle up, I've done the homework. Let's hit these and stack these wins. Before we jump into today's picks, just going to do a quick little recap from the last NBA video. Sweet baby, 2-0 day. Joel Embiid over 26.5 points, sweat free, and MPJ over 25.5 points. That one got sweaty, took him until the final 10 seconds to go over, but a win is a win. VIP absolutely cooked as well, finishing up 4 units on the day. All of my picks, free and VIP, are in the Discord. Link is in the description. So before we go through the picks, just wanted to do a quick little shout out to PropsMadness, the best tool out there for player prop research. I use it every single day. Real-time data, matchup filters, minutes projections, the lot. If you want to try it out, the link is in the description and it'll give you a nice little juicy discount. Alright, let's get into today's picks. So for the first pick, heading to the early game between the Bucks and the Hawks, and I'm going with good old Giannis over 29.5 points. So for the season, he's over this line in 15 out of 27 games, averaging 28.8 points from 16.9 field goal attempts, which is pretty decent, but it gets better. The Hawks for the season are allowing the 8th most amount of points in the paint, and also Giannis is expected to play around 33 minutes tonight. So when you look at his expected minutes and also points in the paint allowed, he is over this line in 5 out of 7 games, averaging 31.7 points. Also, similar players versus the Hawks have gone over the line in 3 out of 5 games with a 7% average difference. We also just saw Jaylen Brown score 30 points in 30 minutes against them because Zachary Richardson and also Porzingis were out, and they're going to be relying on Onyeka Okongwu and also Jalen Johnson to guard Giannis, and I definitely cannot see that happening. Giannis to score over 29.5, can even see him dropping a 35 bomb and also a 40 bomb. And then for the second pick, heading to the other early game between the Clippers and the Wizards, and I'm going with good old Ivica Zubac over 10.5 rebounds. At the moment, I think most bookies are having 11.5, but if you can find 10.5, definitely take it. However, with 11.5, I still like it. Just reduce your stake. So, for the season, he's over this line in 22 out of 35 games, averaging 10.8 rebounds off 20 rebound chances. For the season, the Wizards are allowing the most amount of rebounds and the most amount of rebounds to his position. And also, he's expected to play 33 minutes tonight or today. So when you filter in his expected minutes and also weak defenses for rebounds allowed, he's over this line in 6 out of 8 games, averaging 12 rebounds per game. The main reason for this is over the last 5 games, the Clippers have the 4th best defensive rating, and especially with Leonard out, don't see this changing much, especially with how the Wizards offense has been running lately. So I can see Zubac getting some very easy rebound chances. So liking his over 17.5 points as well, as the Wizards allow the 6th most amount of points in the paint, where he scores 95% of his points. Back to the rebounds, if you can only get 11.5, I'll definitely take his points and rebounds line. 28.5 is a bit high. I like that more than just 11.5 rebounds. I would do the full stake on this. If you can't get the 10.5 rebounds, pivot to his points and rebounds, and if you can't get this, then pivot to the 11.5 rebounds. So that's pretty much it for the picks, but if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I don't stop here. I'll also go through some leans. So for the first lean, heading to the Jazz and the Spurs game, actually I have 2 leans here. The first one is Victor Wembanyama over 25.5 points. So for the season, he's over this line in 14 out of 29 games, averaging 24.2 points, which isn't the best. However, he does have a pretty soft matchup here. He loves to score in free throw opportunities, transition, spot up, and isolation, where the Jazz pretty much lead points to. So the only thing is holding me back in this game is the blowout risk. Negative 16.5 spread with a 242 app total, which is high. But I don't know if Wemby can stay out there for his expected minutes. So he's expected to play between 24 to 34 minutes. Even if he gets 20 minutes and versus a weak defensive rating team, he's only over this line in 2 out of 6. So I reckon a better play would be taking his 20 points in a good old parlay. I can definitely see him hitting that. And then with the second lean, the one I'm liking a lot more is Julian Champagnie over 19.5 points and rebounds. So Vassell is out for this game, where he's been killing it. He's gone over this line in 7 out of 10 games, averaging 24.4 points and rebounds. He scores 66% of his points from catch and shoot plays, where the Jazz give up the most amount of points to. And also from those 66%, 49% of them are from the 3-point line, where the Jazz also give up the most amount of points. And then for the rebounds, they're allowing the 10th most rebounds in the league, and also the 9th most pointed rebounds to his position. So I can definitely see this one happening a lot more than Wemby play. However, the blowout risk, I don't think Champagnie will play his full minutes. Even if he plays 20 minutes, I can still see him going over, as Vassell being out helps him out a lot more for being on the court a lot more compared to what he is when Vassell is playing. So that was pretty much it, the main leans for that one. And then my final lean, heading to the Celtics and the Pistons game, and I was going with Jaylen Brown over 29.5 points. So for the season, he's over this line in 22 out of 38 games, averaging 29.7 points. That's pretty decent. However, I don't know why the Bulls have this so low. I guess it's because of the pretty bad matchup he has here. However, for the season against them, he's gone over this line in 3 out of 3 games, averaging 36 points, scoring 41, 33, and 34 points against them recently. So with this, I looked at some film between the games, and one thing I'm noticing in each game is that Duran loves to stay under the basket. So pretty much with Brown, what he likes to do is he likes to drive the basket, but just before he hits it, he likes to pull up, where he scores 46% of his points. So even if you look at pull-up opportunities, where he works versus the most worst teams, and also he gets his expected minutes, he's over this line in 5 out of 11 games, averaging 28.8 points. But it does get a bit better. So over the last 10 games, they have been pretty average at defending pull-up opportunities. So when you look at his expected minutes and also the average pull-up defense, he's over this line in 8 out of 10 games, averaging 31.2 points. So as long as the Pistons are playing pretty much the same as how they have been, which I don't see changing much, I see Brown definitely going over this line. The only worry is how Oscar Thompson plays against him, if he either plays against him or he plays against Derek White. However, I will wait till closer to the game and see lineups for this one. So that's pretty much it for all the picks and leans for today. If you're enjoying content, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And comment below which play is your favorite. As always, stay safe, good luck with your bets, and I'll catch you in the next video. Laters.